Well, speaking of politically correct, you're going to love this.
Okay.
This was sent over by Pat Daniel.
Okay.
We often say this, or at least I do. I reiterate it very strongly on the show about people always worried about your feelings. Well, that's how he wrote it in his subject line about feelings.
Like tennies?
Yes. Capitalized with exclamation points.
All right.
Get this now. Now, I went to Philadelphia this year back in June. All right, so I was right downtown Philly. Philly has its crime problems down there. They got a high, crime rate.
Sure.
And they do have a lot of shootings there and killings and stuff. A bill headed through Philadelphia City Hall would force businesses to remove the bulletproof glass protecting employees inside the stores.
What? Fuck that. I quit. Here's my 2 weeks notice.
Of course, this is being raised by a Democrat.
Of course it is.
What's the reasoning here?
Because you're making the people feel like they're animals.
There you go. You're exactly right.
Of course.
Councilwoman Cindy Bass, or Bass, B-A-S-S, a Democrat who offered the bill, said she's concerned about the shoppers' feelings.
Fuck them shoppers. Then order it online.
Yeah.
Fucking jizzballs.
We want to make sure that there isn't this sort of indignity, in my opinion, to serving food through a plexiglass only in certain neighborhoods, Bass told the station. An indignity.
Yeah, an indignity. All right. How about maybe the employees are concerned about the indignity of catching a bullet in their fucking face?
Yes.
That's a little more serious than your fucking pussy being hurt because it's got sand in it.
Right.
Shut up.
Her so-called stop-and-go bill will more broadly place controls on small stores that sell alcohol, very little food, and are the source of trouble in her district. Right now, she told the station the plexiglass has to come down.
No, it does not. I hope they're giving her a fucking kick in the cunt. At what point do politicians get to dictate how you sell a good?
Yeah.
You know, what is the difference between, and this would be my argument in the court, what is the difference between me putting up a piece of plexiglass that you can't shoot through and me saying you can only buy my product through the mail?
Right.
Where you never are in front of me. Yeah, this is a bullshit fucking story here. I mean, I'm not denying that it's a real story, but this is a bullshit cause that this cunt is fucking trying to perpetrate here.
Right.
Insanity.
The owners, what are the owners saying? The owners of a Broad Deli said the bulletproof glass is in his store. It was installed after a shooting that it saved his mother-in-law from a knife attack.
Yeah, so yeah, he should tear that down.
Yeah, if the glass comes down, the crime rate will rise and there will be lots of dead bodies, deli owner Rich Kim told the station. Kim's family has run the deli, which sells soda, snacks, meals, and cans of beer for 20 years, and Kim resents the accusation that stores like his attract trouble. In fact, he told the station that police response is often slow.
Because he has glass?
No, because, what if there was trouble, and they call the police? How long are they going to be able to stave off somebody wielding a knife or wielding a gun?
True.
Mike Cho runs a nonprofit supporting Korean-owned businesses and plans on raising $100,000 to fight the bill.
Wait a minute, you're saying Mike Cho is a Korean?
Yeah, Mike Cho.
I'm stunned by that news.
Yes, Mike Cho told the station that the bill targets Korean Americans and will endanger them.
I'm with him. Kamsamnida, Adashi.
Exactly. Whatever you just said.
I said, thank you, sir.
When informed of the accusation that her bill targets Korean Americans, Bass told WTXF that was absolutely not the case. I find that offensive, she added.
Wow.
Bass said stores could install more security cameras and use security guards in place of bulletproof glass. You have to pay a security. You have to pay for a security guard.
Yeah, who's going to pay? So let's just be honest. I mean, you've done this. You've seen this where you go to a convenience store at night and you have to pay through the little slot or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
That comes on at what, about 10?
Whatever time, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
So let's say 10. So from 10 until what? 6.
Yeah.
You got to pay a security guard. That's what? 8 hours?
Yeah, at what, $10 an hour or $12 an hour or whatever they get?
Yeah. So $100 to $150 a day?
Yeah.
So in order to keep your business, you got to come out your pocket, what, $4,000 a month?
Well, this again goes back to the whole attitude about the $15 an hour wage.
Yeah.
You just take that out of your profits.
Yeah, well, they put up the glass.
Yeah, I know, but the attitude is you can afford it.
No, you can't. I can promise you a convenience store doesn't have an extra $4,000.
Yeah.
I can promise you that any mom and pop fucking Mr. Kim's convenience store, such as we're talking about here, does not have an extra $50,000 to pay a security guard.
Right.
He doesn't have it. You know what he's got? About $350 to put up the fucking plastic.
Yeah.
That's what he's got.
Sure. And how about security cameras? I mean, a security guard watching over your shoulder or security cameras pointed at you, that isn't indignity.
Yeah. I'll just ask it. Whatever. It's going to sound racist. I don't care. Color's the lady bringing this bill?
She's black.
Of course she is. Fucking jizz bucket again. I fucking hate these fucking people. Yeah, it is an indignity.
Yeah.
To protect yourself from fucking rabid animals.
Well, but this also goes back to that attitude that, well, with plexiglass, or thinking that every guy that walks through is going to shoot you. Not everybody's bad.
Doesn't matter.
I know, but that goes back to this whole problem that this whole country has been having with the police. Mm-hmm. That you see a black guy in a bad part of town with a hoodie up over his face.
Yeah,
you're suspicious.
Of course, you're always guilty. It's not. You know what? You're always there. What is the saying? You're always held accountable, not for yourself, but for the guy before you.
That's correct.
And that's the way it is. Right now in Philadelphia, they obviously have a bunch of fucking criminals robbing convenience stores. So until that stops, you got to fucking protect yourself. How about this? You want me to get rid of my glass? Fine, but I'm going to fucking keep a shotgun pointed at the goddamn fucking counter. You're going to walk up with a fucking double barrel pointed at you. So that if you even look like you're going the wrong way, I'm going to blow a hole through your fucking chest. Was that better?
Right.
Because therefore I'm treating everybody just as equal. Everybody's equal. Just don't do something stupid and you won't get shot.
Exactly.
Fuck off with this lady. Dude, have you ever gotten food poisoning?
I can't say that I have, no.
Okay. Anybody that's ever gotten food poisoning, I've gotten food poisoning from undercooked fish. And you know what I did? I stopped eating fucking fish. When I got the fucking food poisoning, I got it off of something called swai. And it made me sick as fuck. And you know what? I stopped eating it.
Right.
So that I wouldn't get sick again. This guy, the convenient guy, he said he's been robbed.
Yeah.
And then what did he do? He made it so he won't be robbed anymore. That's fucking human logic.
I know.
Oh, I hate this bitch. How did this fucking cunt get elected into any sort of an office?
Well, let's look at her bio, shall we?
Let's do that, please.
According to her bio, Bass served as a committed delegate to Barack Obama.
Oh, my God. Of course she did.
In 2008 and 2012 for the Democrat National Convention.
That's great.
She represents Philadelphia's 8th District, which includes Chestnut Hill, Mount Airy, Germantown, Nicetown, Tioga, Logan, and parts of North Philadelphia.
I'm going to say I don't know Philly that well, but I'm going to guess those are not the upper scale neighborhoods.
No.
Okay, just a guess.
And so the writer of this article, here is his perspective.
Okay.
Bass is to be commended for fighting establishments that attract crime and other problems in the city, but the portion of her bill that would eliminate bulletproof glass, a sensible protection for employees, has no clear connection to her broader proposal, and Bass's complaint that customers suffer indignity because of the bulletproof glass is nothing short of ridiculous. By the same token, don't security cameras and security guards also push indignity? Aren't they signals to the customer that they aren't necessarily trusted to abide by the law? Of course, she doesn't have to pay for any of these things, security guards or cameras.
Right.
In the end, Bass' reasons for eliminating the bulletproof glass in her city's business is yet another example of a creeping, widespread cultural movement that legislates against hurt feelings and coddles easily offended citizens. Hopefully, the people in Philadelphia will fight against taking down bulletproof glass in the city stores.
You got to think they will.
You would think so.
You know, you've got the only people that would vote for that don't vote because they're criminals.
Right.
Yeah, who would vote to make any workplace less safe? Who would vote for that? You know, what person that works a job would vote for that? You know, how about this, Neely? You work at the container place, right?
Yes.
You have those containers.
Right.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to vote on a law that says that you have to set your desk up with a container hanging by a single rope outside. And you have to set your desk up underneath it.
Right. Like
now, it's just going to be one rope.
Like the sword of Damocles.
Yeah. Are you going to work there? Or are you going to be like, fuck this, I'm out?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You'd be like, they wouldn't even get you out of your car. You'd be like, I'm going to find some other way to pay for this fucking hot rod because it ain't going to be with your money. You would not put your life at risk to do your job. No,
of course not. Of course not.
More than you already do for fucking driving into that fucking neighborhood. You know, I mean, for God's sakes, you cannot possibly be asking the people to vote to make the work environment less safe. That's just stupid.
I agree.
My God. You know, if this is the case, then why not just have the stores have to be run by ex-cons?
Right.
You know, I mean, why shouldn't they be able to run the store? Why should the person be able to? Why doesn't the government just say who works where?
Well,
you know,
that's where it's going, though. Don't you?
I know.
You know, they go, well, we got too many doctors, and I know you want to be a doctor, but you know, you need to be a bus driver.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got too many of this, or you make too much money at that. And, you know, it's just not fair to the people that you make all this money. So I think that probably we need to cut your pay, and we need to give some of your money to the guy next door to you who doesn't make quite the money you make.
Yeah. I'm so glad I'm jumping off this planet soon. I'm so glad. Because I just can't fathom what this is going to look like in like 50 years.
Yeah.
Do you even think this is still going to be a country in 50 years?
No, I don't.
You think that like China or somebody's going to come and mow
us?
Well,
I don't know that somebody will take us over per se. Mm-hmm. I think what will happen is there will be such a financial hardship that they will eventually get to the point of having a one world financial or one world government situation.
All right. So you're going to have fucking North Korea worldwide. pretty much.
Yeah, something like that, to where, you know, the world will be in such chaos, financial chaos, that the world leaders will have to come together, and they'll just have to set up a one world government and say, we got to stop this and all future problems, and we can't have different currencies, and we can't have different this and different that. So we're going to have a ruling body, and we're just going to make everybody follow all the same rules.
I don't know. I think before that would happen, I think the Chinese will come in and try to roll this fucking place.
You think so?
Yeah. They got the billion-man army over there. They're ready to do it. And they're not going to just eat the fucking trillions of dollars that we owe them.
Yeah.
They're going to come over and take some fucking land.
Well, they're going to do that, but the thing is with all the nuclear weapons available, I think, you know, either there will have to be some kind of a, just for the survival of mankind, that somehow, some way, the nuclear weapons can't be deployed. Because if say China decided to come over here and try to invade somehow, I don't even know how they would do it, being that they're on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty long boat ride.
How would you? What would prevent, say, you come over here and try to invade us, we're going to launch some nuclear warheads over there.
Yeah, that could be a problem, but then they'd launch back. Then it'd be a real problem.
That's my point. So it's either going to be total, you know, decimation of the world,
right? Or
the world leaders are just going to have to get together and say, hey, we're just going to have one big ruling body, and we're just going to, you know, establish one world government.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the big asteroid, personally. Just fucking the asteroid that hits somewhere and puts the wave that just fucking drowns us all under like 400,000 gallons of water, whatever.
Yeah,
that would be the best for me. Just be sitting right next to where it hits, so you're just gone.
Sure,
that would be the best, don't you think? If you didn't even know it was coming, like the government didn't tell you, and just boom, it hits you right in your town.
Yeah. See, this is why I have an issue with people who are these chemtrail conspiracy guys.
Okay.
If chemtrails are like some kind of
one.
Yeah, I know. I see them post that shit all the time. But here's the point: if chemtrails are poisoning the air over certain cities or whatever the case may be. The people who supposedly are behind this, don't they have to breathe the same air?
Well, you think.
So my point is what good does poisoning the air and being in some kind of position of power that poisons the air for everybody, doesn't it?
See, dude, these people in the Illuminati, they have special doctors that have installed specialty devices in their lungs.
Oh, okay.
That can breathe this stuff. It's like a filtration system.
All right.
And we don't have that luxury.
Okay.
So we're going to die, and they're going to be left behind to take over.
Hey, I just don't get that. I don't get that conspiracy that chemtrails are being chemically inducing problems in the atmosphere for people.
Well, you know. There's a method. You're just not following.
I guess I'm not. That's why I'm asking the question.
You just don't understand.
Sure.
Why don't you get Nader on the phone and ask him?
Yeah, really.
He'll tell you.